This is my testing video for my NEA coursework program for my Route Finder Pathfinder. It is a Dijkstra style path traversal that will work on a map. So first we're going to create a new map. This is done by first creating roads and then linking them together. So we're going to create 3 roads to begin with. So as you create a road, the road ID is displayed in the middle in a data grid view, and all of the elements of it are displayed down here too, along with a short list over here for if there are too many values down in the central box. This is more of a less confusing in use and shows the IDs that can be used. I'm just choosing random lengths and random speed limits for each road. So we have Wolf Lane, Sheep Alley and Rhino Way. Now from here we are going to then connect them in a junction over here, which will be a node. So this is a new node, a new road. I'm using node and junction interchangeably as they are in effect the same thing. So we can say, okay, we are going to link R0, so Wolf Lane, Sheep Alley and Rhino Way together and create a new node. When we create this new node, it will then have all the information appear up here. So it's got the node ID and the connected roads, as well as the same style to road ID. You add them by pressing these 2 buttons. Now, these can't be altered once they're input without going into a later text file, but they can be created and it works. There's also an example fill road here, which just fills these with an example if in case you're a bit confused of how they actually fit together. Now the name of the file, we shall call it Animal Town, and this will be the text file names for these 3 roads and this junction that connects them. So we can finish the map and it will successfully save in theory to the debug bin. So we have Animal Town and Animal Town road, nodes and roads, and as you can see, it saved the nodes successfully as it has the node ID and all connected roads to it. And then it also saved there are 3 roads that have been saved as Wolf Lane, Sheep Alley, Rhino Way, and these are all the elements about them, which are what I did input, along with the junctions that connect them. So if there are multiple junctions, say for instance this was N2, and N3, if it was connected at all these junctions in like multiple turn-offs, it would list them there, but those junctions aren't real. So now that that's written successfully, we can then do some more testing on here. So so another test that needs to be taken is that there shouldn't be able to be a road that doesn't exist added to the node. So if we wanted to add R6, that shouldn't work, which it doesn't. And then we also shouldn't be able to write a road that already exists. For instance, R0, the road is also invalid and can't be added. Now this is just for road IDs, as there are probably more than one road of a name in an area, but it provides the program with more protection. Now let's say that we want to then go back and edit this road. We then have to input Animal Town here, and then it will find the file And this is loaded in with Wolf Lane, Sheep Alley and Rhino Way that we had before, and all of the connected roads and junctions. So if we wanted to add, I don't know, Stallion Close with a length of 60, a speed limit of a bit more realistic. It's for cars only, make it an A road. That didn't work because it was auto-assigned to R0. So maybe it could be incremented at the beginning, but it should work now. And there we go, it's there. We can connect these together again if we want to, so R3, R2, and this is just so if we call on it later, we can call on Animal Farm, not Animal Farm, Animal Town 2 updated. So now there are no account functions, so if you log out it takes you to a main menu, but that doesn't work, and it can't highlight the user because there are currently no users and the account functions don't work. Now to find a new path, we are going to first traverse the test 46 map, which is just purely because it has more complexity than the Animal Town that we just made, and I know that this map works, so here's the information about it if you want it quickly. Now we are going to have to load this in. Now you are not able to load in a map that it doesn't exist to begin with, so if I want to say load in the Animal Farm map, since that doesn't exist, the file doesn't exist, we can't load that in. And then if I plan on loading a map that there's no map to load, I can't find a path. So if we go for test 40, let's go for Animal Town. We can then change to Animal Town, and this is the map now in use. We can find a new map. Now I said that we wanted to do test 46, so this can now be changed when we get in here if we chose the wrong map before. Sorry about that. Now first you need to select a street to traverse from and traverse to. This will, when entered, you then have to press search and it will highlight these two panels up here. When they're green, that means that it's a valid road. So if I wanted to, I don't know, go for a road that isn't in the map, so like Stallion Way from before, that's not a loaded road. However, if I wanted to go from the Close, which I think was in here, yep, R0, that lights up, and let's traverse to Wall Street because I saw that when we loaded it. Caps lock. Now they were both valid roads, and we can begin the route calculation. And it traverses them, so it will give you the roads that you need to go down. So I happen to have chosen not very good roads to go on, but it traverses them, it'll find the fastest route, so it tells you, okay, so you're going to the way, and then you're going to Wall Street, where you'll end up. It tells you the length of each road that you're going to be travelling down, and then it gives you an approximation, which is highly inaccurate because I used very generalised average speeds based on the speed limits. There's no accounting for traffic levels or time of day, but it traverses and it gives you an approximation of time, which could be much more accurate, but the actual traversal works.